Hello, this is Jake and this is my 2019 Triumph Speed Twin 1200cc bundle of joy. I've driven for about a month and I've done some modifications, and I've actually been looking on the YouTube and on the internet, and I haven't been finding that much information on all kinds of modifications. There are some good videos available about modifications, but I thought that I'd share a few of my own modifications as well, and also share my feelings and experiences on this motorbike. First of all, as you can clearly see, I've changed the original pipes, which are rather large, and I really don't like the look of them because they have this sort of a flat black finish, and they turn out to be really heavy. I weighed them and I weighed these new pipes. These are new Westlake Shorty Pro pipes, which have these decibel killers in them. Without these sound a bit like a Harley Davidson, which is a bit too much for me, so I prefer to use these. It gives you a much richer, deeper sound than the original pipes, and saves about 3 kilos of weight. And it's still not obnoxiously loud or anything like that. It's completely fine, but it gives you a deeper, richer tone. And I like the fact that they look the same as the original pipe here in the front, instead of the black, flat black part here. Another thing that I've done is I bought this beautiful handmade in Italy tank belt, because obviously Thruxton has one of these, and I thought that because I have this single jet black color that this would look pretty good on the tank, and I think it fits rather well. It can be removed. It has this sort of a pin here in the front that you can open, and you can remove it for cleaning and such purposes, but basically it's completely a sort of a visual accessory, but I think it looks pretty good on the bike, especially on the black one. One thing that I have ordered but I haven't received yet is this bezel in chrome. The Thruxton R has this in chrome, and I don't really like this flat black version of the bezel. I think it looks a bit cheap. I think the Street Twin has this same kind of flat black bezel, and the Thruxton R has the chrome bezel, which I prefer. You can also get from Triumph a black aluminium bezel that has these cool grooves in it, but it's rather expensive, and I actually think I like the original chrome look better. So that's one modification, that's another visual modification obviously that's coming. One really important modification that has already been mentioned in YouTube on many often occasions is the throttle spacers. Small plastic pieces that you put in the throttle that remove the slack completely. Now that's a highly recommended modification. That's something everybody should do. Actually, I think Triumph should make them from the factory without the slack, because the slack is really annoying, especially when you're riding slowly in the city, or just in slow moving city traffic. It's really annoying because it gives you that sort of a jerkiness, which isn't really nice. And these throttle spacers completely remove the slack from the throttle, and it's much more easier and smoother to ride. And also, I usually use around town, I use the rain mode, which gives you more of a leisurely throttle response. And then on the roads, it's either the road mode or the sport mode, depending on if I want to ride more sporty or more calmly. So that's something that I definitely recommend. I'm also considering the booster block. There's also a video on that one on YouTube that you can find, actually a few videos, because they've also put a lot of booster blocks on the Thruxtons, and this is essentially the same engine with some modifications with good results. So I'm looking into that one as well, but at the moment I don't think I really need it because of the throttle spacers. Without them I would probably be thinking about the booster block, but from the two I would recommend the throttle spacers first and foremost. They are definitely effective and highly recommendable. I have a tail tidy because, well, the original tail tidy, or the original piece, as you may say, is good. It's not bad looking at all, but it just extends the license plate a bit too far in my opinion, and it also lets a lot of dirt and grime fly straight up because the plate is about here, so there's a big gap in the middle and all the dirt flies up and into your back and all the way to the back of your helmet. So this at least somewhat helps. It still throws some of the dirt and grit, but not even nearly as close as much. I got this from the internet, and this is an Evotech tail daddy from the United Kingdom, and this is really high quality. I can recommend this one. I've had a few Triumph motorcycles that I've had different parts and crash protectors, etc. from these guys, and they are really good quality, so highly recommended on that one. But there are other options obviously on the market, and you can really find the one that suits you the best. But I think that this one looks pretty good, especially with in Finland we have a rather large license plate, like in Germany for an example, so you need a sturdy tail daddy. You can't use something a bit flimsy or not so well made. One thing that you definitely need for looming the chain, etc. is these, and you can get all kinds of different modifications. It's an M8, an 8mm bolt, so any M8 bolt will go in here. So that's a wide variety of different choices. And then comes to the suspension. The bike is very good. This is a very high quality motorcycle, but it has one thing that Triumph has been cost cutting, and that is obviously the suspension. Now, the suspension in normal riding and rather smooth roads is really good. There's no complaints there. The bike is stable, it's easy and fast to ride, but the comfort isn't there. The suspension is really under damped, so all the strong, especially in the rear, all the stronger bumps and if you have like these speed humps on the roads, etc., they will really hurt your hands and your back, because this thing does not really damp that well. It lets all of those shocks right through. So definitely I will be looking at changing these rear shocks into something higher quality, something that I can adjust, especially the rebound damping, and also something that has perhaps a bit longer and softer spring, because this is like I said, this is good for riding on smooth roads and let's say on normal speeds and maybe a bit faster speeds. But if you're thinking about going on the track, for an example, and if you're riding on bumpier roads, you will definitely want to have a more comfortable chassis. So that's something that I am looking into, and I'll report back on that one once I get something sorted there. Okay, that's it for now. I'll do some more modifications and make some more videos on this, and I'll also give you more information on how I feel the bike is working and what I think about it, and how it's, you know, what it's like to tour, for example. This summer, once this spring starts to turn into a lovely summer, I will be touring with this bike as well. So we'll see how comfortable it is on a long haul, and just generally what it's like to live with. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.